Hi, it is a rare 50-degree day. We'll have one today, a bunch of rain, and then another one tomorrow with a few hours of sunshine that I will definitely be taking advantage of. But while we have this few minutes left before the rain comes in, I have a thing and a half to do. But first, let's just walk around and see what's still green, even after the few freezes we've already had. Hi, doggy. So I forgot all about these scented geraniums that I was propagating, and I have no shortage of it, so it doesn't really matter if I kill it off completely. We still have some of our Asian greens in this container and our Mizuna. Yeah, this will probably keep going for a little while longer. I mean, some are looking worse for wear. The arugula is wilty-ish looking, more cold damaged. I forgot to film pulling all this cherry tomato vines off of the boxwoods. My husband was so worried that the boxwoods were all done, but they were pretty much like had a blanket on them, and now they're gonna be so sad. So I do have to process all this, chop it up into smaller pieces before I put it into the compost. Collect some of that debris. We don't want to encourage all the mice we already have for the buffet. I have a little bit more over there that I need to get to also. Every day I walk down this driveway, and this is a row of 9 bark. And for some reason, this one in particular hit some kind of, I don't know what, but look how green it is. It's so healthy and vibrant. Everybody else, is going through their fall transition. But that one is a little confused. There's definitely water, good water here, because this is like part of the septic system ends here. But I don't know, I have a whole bunch of wood chip mulch over there. So the earth over there is really good. Not so much here, and definitely not as you go further down the hill. So I don't know what the magic beans are that are under there. In here we have some very green, although sad looking collard greens. So there's that. If in a pinch, that's available. What else is still green? The foxglove still green. We still have quite a bit of feverfew leaves. The leaves are green. And the sweet William is still very green. What's also looking, this is not looking, it's green, but sad looking is the fennel. But the parsley, curly leaf parsley, is very, very nice. The thyme, it's a perennial, so it's fine. But the parsley is holding on pretty well. This sad little bag is actually celery. I dragged it over here because it was also housing a fig that the dog had dug up for some reason, and it was on the verge of death. It's still alive, but I actually dug it up out of here and put it inside. So that's a little experiment we'll get to in another video. Now, I also had some luck with Marketplace and got these 2 containers for $15. I am going to do my rice in these next season. We'll see how that goes. I have another one here that I'm going to do peanuts in because I failed that process last year. Maybe this year will be a little bit better. And by this year, I mean 2026. I still have nice Swiss chard hanging out. And even this alyssum is still looking so nice. This is the only one. I've torn up all the other ones. But this alyssum in a container is still rocking. In the green stalk, we still have a few leaves of lettuce that haven't been completely wind burned. An older arugula. I'm sure that's super bitter. There's still a little bit of straggly strawberries, but they're not going to taste very good at this point. Yeah, quite sour. Those, I believe, are a couple of Brussels sprout plants. They're not going to give me any Brussels sprouts, but the leaves look fantastic. I also have some other greens over there. That, I think, is another Brussels sprout. Didn't fare well, obviously. It was doing poorly to begin with the aphids. So it does not like all that attacked. Oh, I also was finding root knot nematode or root knot on some of the brassicas that I pulled out of here. Or was it here? There's an issue here with the root knot. I have gotten some mulch on those plots. That's corn stalks and some leaves. I'm still working on that. I'm also still working on cleaning up all this trellising of the tomatoes. I cut off at the base so the root is still in the ground, but I do have to take down the strings and let these tomatoes mulch. And I've still been giving the chickens all the tomatoes that are still, they're frozen. There's still plenty good eating for the chickens. And, it's been too cold, so I didn't figure to harvest all these wine cap mushrooms. But I do want to get a couple of them and move them around other places in the property. So my garlic's sleeping under all that. That's, I believe, a kohlrabies and rutabagas, more Swiss chard, more kohlrabi, turnips or radishes, letting that just go to seed next year. But yeah, look how green they all are. So we haven't had temperatures too far below in the 20s, maybe upper 20s. So that's like a zone 9 situation if you were doing averages only. Yeah, and zone 9 would be the place where I would like to retire if I get that chance someday. Over here, not much. A few straggly celery, carrots. I've already put this bed to rest. I actually plunked a potato in there. I don't know that it'll overwinter because it's already had eyes sprouts coming out of it. So I think it's too cold that growth is going to die off, and then maybe it'll restart again, but it won't be as vigorous. I think if it's a potato that you forgot to harvest and left in, then the potato would know when to grow and not be, something that was acclimated to indoors in your house and then started sprouting, and then you put it in the coldness and then it's like in shock. So I think that's why potatoes that we leave in the ground over winter do better than anything we plant, because it's figuring itself out. It's smarter than us. And these containers really need to be like nestled together more, and they need a blanket, basically, is what I'm saying. But otherwise, this fennel, I didn't plant it early enough because this is my first time with this, and I didn't know how long it would take, for it to bulb up and plant it in the summertime. So next year I'll have to do that differently. But it is here and it is still very green. And the last thing I'll show you is the calendula holdouts. Look how vibrant these still look. The other ones not so much. But for some reason this patch right here is being protected. Okay, what I really came out here to accomplish is the ginger. I have a couple buckets, and I brought them inside already after they've already suffered some like chill nights, and then I forgot to water them, so that's probably what killed them prematurely. But yeah, they're done for, so I might as well see what's under there. So this one in particular was planted later. Oh, this table's wobbly. Anything? Not sure. I mean, this looks fresh. Yeah, I guess that's fresh. Oh, break it, but I guess it doesn't matter. We don't need these rooty things. Is that it? Alright, now this one, we had a good long summer propagating. Let's see. Oops. Yeah, breaking them in pieces. Is that good? Feels good. Oh, soil's is really compacted and dry. Got quite root bound. Oh, that's cute. I feel like that would probably taste very gingery as well. I can't remember how many pieces of ginger I put in here. Maybe I'll look through the archives and see if I made any notes. As in video recording. Okay, that looks definitely like the parent. I'm gonna try one of these and see if it tastes like anything. Keep breaking it. See, this looks like the parent right here. It's very fresh looking in the connection point. Last one. That looks good. So this, I don't know, this looks like a legitimate growth for the summer. So that's not bad at all. So for a, container, what, 2-gallon container, you can grow very nice size ginger. So I'm gonna let this dry up for a week or so, get the cake of dirt off of it. But yeah, this looks really good. A good sized piece of ginger, and then we got a couple smaller pieces. Like this looks like the parent. This might have been a parent, although the connection point is still very strong. Yeah, it's not a bad way. I mean, we don't consume a heck of a lot of ginger. I might, what should I do with these? What do people typically do with ginger? I wish I had a freeze dryer. I think that would be a really good way to preserve them. Freeze, just dehydrate, make candy. That's a popular one. And, ooh, a ginger bug. That's something I'm going to try. It's a drink of some kind, like kombucha. So that's something I can definitely do since I've been doing kombucha pretty regularly. So I'm already on a roll. I think I can incorporate ginger into that. Other than that, I'm not sure. Drop in the comments what your suggestions. All right, I got one more little thing to do before I head back inside. I have a couple of other varieties of garlic that I wanted to make a few more of. I'll pop on the screen if I even remember what the names are. One is something red, and then the other one is like a deer something. I think I just have like five cloves here of each. So I'm just gonna plunk it in here, and that's that. Those were hardnecks. And that's that. I got a couple of things accomplished this chilly afternoon, and I feel good about that. I've actually been busy indoors, for bad or good, I'm not sure. But hopefully I'll get to that video very soon. Happy Thanksgiving, that's coming up if you celebrate, and I will talk to y'all again soon. I would say so I'll harvest more, but it's not that time of year for me. But if it is for you, so I'll harvest more. Bye.